So base protocol, they are having the single year stake event that's happening right now. I think somebody was was it Dip Catcher that was just streaming about this maybe last night. I
Yep.
admittedly have never really gotten too involved with the perpetuals and stuff. I know you know a lot more about it than I do, Ewok. So tell us a little bit about base protocol, some of the other ones as well, and what the big single year stake is that's happening with it right now.
So the way, well, let's back up. Dip Catcher and his team, they decided to come out with the Maximus perpetuals. So Maximus was the first perpetual. It was a 15-year pooled stake that all runs by contract. The cool thing with these are that really, if you're involved in the pool, you don't necessarily have to be the one to pay the gas fee to end it. Somebody is going to be a good actor and pay that for you. It was Goldkey. Thanks, Briz. Was the other guy that is part of that group. Then they came out with Deci, which was a 10-year. They basically just changed the parameters of the Maximus stake and did Deci. Lucky is 7 years. Trio is 3 years. And I guess base was the other one. So base is the 1-year stake. The base first year term came due on 2 days ago, I think it was. It was either Sunday or Monday. And somebody paid that fee. It ended. You could, at that point, redeem it for, I think it was 1 point something hex if you wanted to turn them in and get your hex. Or you could leave it and stake it back in the contract and add it another go. They are anticipating this year, if you were part of the first one, that after your second year, you'll end up with 1.25 hex for every hex that you invested in the first time into the pool. So I think there's 5 days left. If you're interested in it's a good way to make a 1-year stake without really doing anything. Really, you're not paying the gas on it. You're not interacting with the contracts. You're essentially just trading your hex for the base. Those go into the pool. They get staked. And then again, a good actor, somebody will come along and end that stake as part of the contract call. And, it's a great way because you don't know what the gas fees are going to be in a year.
Right.
That's a big thing. As the bull market takes off, we had mentioned the last time there was a bull market and stakes were ending. I think I had mentioned I paid, I don't know if it was $1,400 or $1,600 to end an early day stake because the gas fees were so high. However, I still came out ahead because there was a fair amount of hex in there. So,
right.
I think it's a great opportunity, something to look into. It's still hex. It's just locked in a perpetual contract where you're also, don't forget about the bigger pays better bonus that most people can't get on their own, unless
True.
you have millions of hex to put in there. There is a bigger pays better bonus that caps out at 150 million. That is the goal for this stake. They're trying to get enough in there so that it can max out the bigger pays better. So another advantage of pooling with other people. And again, the date it starts, the date it ends. Look into it because it's definitely a good deal, and you got about 5 days left on this stake. So.
Another reason I think it's good right now too is if you do have liquid hex to do that with right now, that's kind of the decision that I made a few months back is to just, when all of this discussion was going on about EHEX versus PHEX and all these things, when I knew I wasn't going to sell my EHEX or trade it at a loss for PHEX or something like that. So I just loaded up these short-term fat stakes for a year and a half, stuff like that. Trying to time the bull market because I kind of wanted to keep this stuff liquid, but I'm like, you know what? If I'm not going to sell it, I want to get something out of it here. So
might as well make some more.
Yeah, that's why I think the base thing is a good opportunity as well because, like you said, you couldn't get the bigger pays better, on your own, and it's a year. So I mean, you have that insurance of like in October 2024. I mean, I think that is the first kind of the very first part of the window that this next bull market. I don't think it'll be ending then, but I mean, that would ensure you that you're not missing the top. I don't think so.
Exactly, and you can do this both because the contract was copied when Pulse Chain forked. So keep in mind, it is active on both Ethereum and Pulse Chain. So you have to do, they're different. They're different contracts now. So, you can't just put in and be in both. You have to manually enter both pools on both sides. So
yeah, definitely something to take advantage of. So check that out. That's Base and Goldkey and now I'm forgetting. Okay, Dip Catcher. Yeah. So awesome stuff. Really good creation by those guys for sure. Just a couple of some of the awesome people that are making stuff. We got Alex with Hedron and Icosa, of course, that is built on top of Hex. All kinds of great stuff. So, and he's working on more stuff as well. So we'll be seeing that soon.